2018 Audi Q7 SUV review. The good points of Audi Q7 SUV: easy to push, less bulky than old model. Exemplary building, in and out. Acres of interior space, back and front. Hugely impressive Q7 performance model. Hybrid e-tron boasts good CO2 and MPG figures. The bad points of Audi Q7 SUV: lacks ultimate off-road ability. Expensive regarding rivals. No engine less space-consuming than 3.0-liter. Some features have proven unreliable. E-tron 5-seater only. Since the first Audi Q7 has been around since 2006, the German company's full-sized SUV is really a notable success, finding a lot more than 500,000 homes. In 2015, the second-generation Q7 was introduced, having a much less imposing style, and also a raft of updated technology. To most, and wonder is within the eye from the beholder in the end, the existing Q7 is far from a looker. But it is lighter, extremely effective, better driven automobile, and the majority technically advanced SUV yet from Audi. Of course, the Audi Q7 comes to an end against so many people competing, most famously the excellent Volvo XC90, the established BMW X5 or refreshed Mercedes GLE. The same is true, it compete effectively enough to secure your hard-earned money? We ran one like a long-termer. Watch more here. Lightweight but filled with tech. Audi is definitely proud of the aluminium technology, first used extensively for the 1994 A8, plus it's no exception with the Q7. It's lighter by as much as 325 kilograms determined by version, and also this weight is shed as a result of some very clever body engineering. This ruthless procedure for weight management means it's good to operate a vehicle. If you're trying to find a full-size SUV that feels no longer taxing to pilot when compared to a family hatchback, the Q7 is usually a worthy proposition. The Audi Q7 is packed, having a vast array of technology. The four-wheel steering signifies that it feels more stable at speed. However, under 9.3 miles per hour it turns the spine wheels inside opposing direction on the front axle direction, increasing agility and maneuverability. Optional adaptive air suspension, which will keep the car level, ensures it remains comfortable no matter what road surface, too. Inside it's something special. There's a similarly lengthy number of standard and optional safety kit, including warnings to prevent you opening your door into oncoming traffic, autonomous emergency braking and adaptive cruise control. The Audi Q7 was one of the initial cars to feature these driver aids. But it's going even further. The Q7 may also park itself, as well as the trailer maneuver assist makes short work of reversing what you may be towing. Variety of engine options including plug-in e-tron and hot S Q7. Only 2 engine options were available within the UK from launch, both 3.0-liter diesels with differing outputs of 212 horsepower and 265 horsepower. Truth be told, the first sort can feel a bit under-endowed, even though the latter can appear far more suited for the car's bulk. An efficient and smooth-shifting 8-speed automatic gearbox transmits that capability to all 4 wheels. Quattro is standard for this car, along with the Q7 includes hill descent control as standard. Not that many owners will venture away from the beaten track, but it is good to know it if it needs to. In May 2016 ordering started for the Q7 e-tron, a plug-in hybrid version from the SUV that claims astonishing fuel economy of 156 miles per gallon, even though you are unlikely to strike that in the real world, and CO2 creation of 48 gkm, which suggests it qualified for many sorts of regulations and tax breaks. This would have been a relatively early plug-in hybrid diesel-electric SUV, but which has a claimed electrical range of around 34 miles and total system output roughly the same as 373 horsepower and 700 Nm. It was obviously a viable proposition for a lot of buyers. Its early years were hampered with many reliability issues like a result from the technology's infancy, though. It was also only accessible with 5 seats due towards the space required beneath the boot for the batteries. In July 2016, order books opened with the Audi Q7, with deliveries beginning the subsequent August. This high-performance SUV weighs 2.2 tons, but due to a hugely impressive and technologically advanced 435 HP 900 Nm 4.0-liter V8 twin-turbocharged diesel engine featuring an air compressor for better responses, you will probably have 0-62 miles per hour will flash by within 4.9 seconds. That's as quick like a lot of sports cars. Thanks with a 48-volt electrical system, it's also possible to order the Q7 with active anti-roll technology that keeps it as flat as you possibly can when cornering at high speeds. This is often a highly impressive car in the own right. The family seating plan. You expect Q7s consist of 7 seats too, however, you can delete this last row like a no-cost option. Plus the third row may be folded electrically from buttons within the boot. There's more space wherever you sit, the guts row especially benefiting from extra head and shoulder room in the first Q7. Buyers here can select from C and S-line specifications, the latter's highlights being larger alloy wheels, more aggressive body styling, LED headlights, sports front seats and 4-in-lieu climate control. The Q7 and Q7 e-tron are trim levels in their rights, but both of them are highly specified with top-quality Audi equipment. In October 2017 a couple new trims were announced, Vorsprung for Q7 and Q7 and Black Edition, that has been solely available for your 272 horsepower 3.0 TDI engine. The former combines 22-inch wheels with sports seats, extra leather upholstery, a head-up display and matrix LED headlights. The latter slots in above S-line trim with 21-inch wheels, a black styling pack and higher quality Valkyrie leather trim. You also get Audi's virtual cockpit, a complete-length panoramic sunroof and air suspension sport, which lowers the entire body by 15 mm and adjusts to the type of driving you're doing. A rear-view camera may be the final piece from the puzzle. The cabin is often a masterclass in design and quality. As a business famed because of its interior design and quality, it's pleasing to notice the new Q7 continues the tradition. The dashboard looks to get solidly constructed, tastefully designed and uses plush, premium materials. Switchgear is finely crafted too, and many often inside the place you'd expect it being. The Audi Q7's infotainment system MMI includes a large 8.3-inch screen that rises in the dashboard to come up with all manner of information, which is controlled having a rotary control and buttons inside the center console. The Q7 also comes with all the option on the firm's virtual cockpit instrument display. The verdict. We much like the Audi Q7. More importantly, you do too. It's a popular choice in this particular class, and another that ticks significant amounts of boxes in relation to equipment, technology, quality and comfort. With the greater recent arrival from the latest and best-selling Audi Q5, you will be left wondering why you'd want to plump for the older, larger brother. But there's something very special concerning the Q7 that befits its position as Audi's flagship SUV. It's not perfect, the steering and ride aren't a patch for the Range Rover Sports, by way of example, but it is hugely capable nevertheless, as well as its cabin is unrivaled inside the SUV universe. Watch on with the full Audi Q7 SUV review. All engines provide impressive performance. Monster Q7 as quick numerous sports cars. E-tron near silent but surprisingly quick too. From launch there was 2 diesel engines of differing power outputs offered, after which Audi introduced the e-tron plug-in hybrid diesel-electric in May 2016 plus the Audi Q7 TDI performance model joined the product range in June from the same year. Standard power 3.0-liter diesel. Truth be known, not surprisingly engine's considerable 218 horsepower power figure, and peak torque of 500 Nm developed at only 1,250 revolutions per minute, it feels rather underwhelming in this particular application. To it is known as slow as always to do it a disservice, as evidenced by its on-paper performance figures suggesting it may complete the benchmark 0.62 mph sprint in a very reasonable 7.4 seconds and top out at 134 mph, but it never feels particularly happy lugging the Q7 around if someone makes any kind of performance-based demand of it. Of course this sort of feeling of slight lethargy is probable down on the Q7's considerable 2,060 grams curb weight, which admittedly is slightly lighter than its main competitors. Take things just a little slower though, and yes it makes sense, that has a linear and hushed delivery of their power that makes it easy to push and bolsters refinement. And out, say around the school run or perhaps a trip on the local supermarket, you are unlikely to note any type of performance deficit. High power 3.0-liter diesel. But should you want your Q7 to post its skirts and shift with many pace, it's the 54 horsepower and 100 Nm better 3.0-liter diesel you must choose. It still doesn't feel quite as fast since its 6.5-second official 0.62 mph time suggests it must. Nonetheless it demonstrates an even more flexible performance than its slightly lesser endowed brother. The good news could be the economy and efficiency figures barely falter either, in order long as possible afford the extra initial outlay it's the engine option to have. There isn't any choice of gearbox with all the Q7 though, offered solely together with the firm's 8-speed automatic. As you'd expect it shifts smoothly, decisively so when required using a decent pace too. Just don't bother utilizing the paddles behind the leader, as they definitely work effectively, leaving the box to its own devices suits the Q7's relaxed character more effective anyway. Audi Q7 e-tron. The plug-in hybrid system, which connects a 94 kW electric motor using a 254 horsepower 3.0-liter diesel engine, suits the Q7 well. It's capable to run silently for nearly 34 miles based on usage and also delivers maximum torque production of 700 Nm. This makes to get a 0.62 mph sprint within 6.3 seconds should you floor the throttle, performance that feels otherworldly inside a car of those dimensions, especially on account of the instant electric shove from your motors. But it isn't the easiest Q7. Audi Q7 TDI. By far one of the most exciting version with the Q7, it is an absolute animal of an 7-seater family car. Its 4.0-liter V8 twin-turbocharged diesel engine features a digital air compressor which enables mitigate lag at lower revs, meaning you will need off as quick like a modern sports vehicle. The 0.62 mph dash is brushed off in 4.9 seconds, together with the 155 mph electrically limited top speed feeling just like the easiest thing inside world to obtain. It even sounds fantastic, considering it's a diesel engine, using a distinctive V8 burble through the standard active exhaust at low speeds that develops right into a noisy roar when pushed hard. In the mean, designed for comfort as an alternative to sporty driving. Porsche Q7 with optional active anti-roll is brilliant. Makes a terrific tow car, especially with adaptive air suspension. If you would like your Audi to manage like a race car, there is often a solution: the Q7 TDI, designed with its optional active anti-roll technology. This allows both the 2-ton SUV to deal with eerie composure inside the sportier drive modes. Body roll is kept well in check, and also the steering just enough heft and feedback to lead you to feel confident throwing the Q7 into bends far quicker than you'd imagine. The rest from the Q7 range is less about sporty handling and much more about comfort, refinement, practicality and usability. And it's this latter discipline which it nails, with light but relatively linear steering and matching control weights within the pedals. It becomes corners easily at the moderate speeds it can likely be driven at, and even though there is some detectable body roll, it's far away from excessive. Up the pace, and such as best near it on off-roaders, the Q7 will roll harder, and it is resistance to understeer, leading and washing wide whenever you turn in a corner will wane. The squeal of tires and flicker on the electronic stability control escape light there to remind you drive an automobile more, such as a dad over a hooligan. After all, kids within the rearmost seats won't likely thank you for racing lines with the country lanes. It's a considerable vehicle, this Q7, so hustling at speed along narrow broads isn't particularly advised anyway, despite an unexpected amount of grip on offer on the four-wheel drive system. That weight should come into use any particularly fierce downhill section too, because you give the brakes a good workout. There's another choice to become made with all the Audi Q7's suspension systems, ranging through the conventionally sprung model towards the adaptive air suspension. The latter also adjusts the ride height for the level load, in spite of what I hear you ask the Audi to cart, whilst the Drive Select system Audi's Peak for drive modes allows the driving force to tailor its responses alongside the throttle and steering for the driver's requirements. And whether you're traveling at high or low speed, the optional all-wheel steering system will improve stability or increase agility, turning the spine wheels fractionally inside same direction since the front's above 9.3 miles per hour and within the opposite direction below. The Q7 is additionally an impressive tow car, in spite of your range of model. An electrically deployable tow bar is surely an optional extra, while in case you were to rear suspension, the brake towing capacity rises to 3,500 kilograms. The Q7's strongest attribute: excellent construction. Impressive multimedia tech. Typically Audi in their formation, the dashboard layout and structure is clean, simple and comes with a flowing surface dominated through the full-length air vent that suggests it's been hewn from a good element as an alternative to constructed from various components. And while it doesn't look as exciting, as vibrant or as intricate as some present in rival SUVs, the sense of quality is see-through. And there's no deficiency of technology or gadgetry up to speed. If you settle when driving, the first thing you're more likely to notice will be the optional virtual cockpit system. This full-width TFT display replaces standard instrument dials, having a fully customizable digital representation that may alter from audio, navigation, trip computer to simple real-time speed and engine information. Unlike the TT, which does and not using a traditional central screen atop the dashboard, the Q7's virtual cockpit is only augmented from this system. Excellent MMI multimedia system. There's a brand new development from the firm's MMI system too, having an extra-large touchpad controller sat forward in the automatic gear lever with traditional rotary controller nestled neatly into its trailing edge. It's as basic to use as before, with the added penetration of haptic feedback whenever using it, and anyone informed about Audi's products will discover it entirely intuitive. Top quality materials. Material quality is impeccable, as we've got to expect from Audi, with finely more information screens, neatly formed switchgear and plush plastics and seat materials. And no matter which seat option you end up picking, it's very easy to get comfortable behind the wheel from the Q7 due to masses of adjustment both in the tire and seat. A comfortable car normally. Several suspension options available. Excellent cabin refinement. If there's something the Audi Q7 does well, then comfort is unquestionably it. It's a resolutely easy car to push, and together with the air suspension it's supple and softly sprung, despite the presence of larger wheels. Combined having a distinct and sufficient wind or road noise, this would mean the Q7 is perfectly refined at speed with an ideal vehicle for covering long distances in. The engines, while not one of the most exhilarating units, are quiet too, which has a linear SP watch with their power and hushed engine note, most likely on account of the sound deadening employed inside the car's structure. A smooth shifting 8-speed automatic gearbox, both at docile speeds plus more committed velocities, further boosts the sensation of comfort. Choose the electrically adjustable seats that offer a heating and ventilating function, and yes, it won't require much time for front seat passengers to discover their ideal driving position either. And those struggling with any injuries will delight within the massage function, with assorted choices of treatment within the move. 2 trims at launch, 4 as a whole, plus SQ7 hot model. Pick from say, S-Line, Black Edition and Vorsprung. Myriad optional extras offered to personalize the car. For the UK at launch there are only 2 trim levels to pick from, the SE and S-Line models, plus 2 engine options, but also in typical Audi tradition both of them are heavily bolstered by way of a lengthy options list. Audi Q7 SE. This isn't an economical car to purchase, so it's pleasing to discover that the amounts of standard equipment for the Audi Q7 are borderline generous. Choose the SE and you'll notice a fetching list of 19-inch alloy wheels, xenon headlights with LED daytime running lamps plus LED rear lamps, a complete body color finish to the exterior panels in special door blade trim with embossed Quattro badging. There are 9 exterior colors available, too. Inside is how it gets interesting though, with dual-zone climate control, electrically adjustable front seats with leather upholstery, MMI navigation plus with 8.3-inch color touchscreen, DAB radio, Bluetooth connectivity and Audi Connect online services with 3-month free trial offer. 7 seats are standard here inside UK too, however, you can delete them for no expense. Audi Drive Select lets drivers select one of 5 drive modes. Parking sensors front and back stop you scraping the bodywork, and Presense City means you don't have unexpected shunts at low speed. Cruise control takes the worries out of driving around the motorway. Keyless start and power tailgate make living using the car day by day easier, as well as those keen to check their Q7's metal off-road. There's hill hold and hill descent controls. Audi Q7 S-Line. Choose the slightly sportier looking Audi Q7 S-Line and you'll see the alloy wheels have become to 20 inches, the bumpers have already been remodeled for really visual aggression, a corner glass is tinted and indicators have become the dynamic variety sweeping outwards inside the direction of intended travel. Inside, the T-Zone climate control is upgraded to your Ford-Zone version, along with the front seats are actually sports versions by having an Alcantara and leather mix, filled with S-Line embossing. Audi Q7 Black Edition. Launched in October 2017, the Black Edition starts at S-Line trim and adds 21-inch wheels, Black styling pack. Premium leather upholstery. Full-length panoramic roof. Multifunction tire. Virtual cockpit. Adaptive air suspension. Rear view camera. Audi Q7 and SQ7 Vorsprung. This premium specification adds 22-inch wheels. Super sport front seats. Premium leather upholstery. Adaptive cruise control. Active lane keeping assist. Traffic jam assist. Automatic parking. 3D Bose head unit. Audi SQ7 TDI. This standalone model gets these standard kit. Specific interior and exterior details. Virtual cockpit. Adaptive air suspension. Active exhaust system. Rear view camera. Valcana leather upholstery. Optional Audi Q7 accessories. The listing of add-ons for one Q7 is extensive, with many more useful additions than the others. Thanks to Audi exclusive, it is possible to almost order a bespoke Q7 if you ever wish. However, some on the highlights about the list add the adaptive air suspension, and that is all we've tried to date and can happily recommend. Adaptive cruise control with stop and go and traffic jam assist, effectively turning this SUV right into a self-driving vehicle for brief periods of time. All-wheel steering improves your vehicle's agility, both at low and high speeds, while Audi side assist means don't mistakenly sideswipe an automobile in your blind spot. Both the Bose and Bang & Olufsen stereo upgrades sound great. The latter is costly enough to justify its addition from serious audiophiles only, whilst the Audi phone box raises the signal within your mobile about the move using the automobile's antenna. The color head-up display is crisp, clear with an essential add-on when you've ever lived with one before, even though the panoramic glass roof lets lots of light into the cabin. And then for night, the matrix LED headlights that adapt their beam pattern on the road conditions and traffic situation are invaluable. Those who regularly tow a trailer or caravan should invest inside electric folding tow bar with trailer assist. A digital display and rotary control presets the angle of attack and adjusts the steering accordingly. All you have to do is operate the accelerator, brakes and gearbox. Parking might be taken care of because of the parking system advanced with surround camera. Audi SQ7 TDI Driving Dynamics Sports Pack. This SQ7 only package nets you Sports Limited slip differential, all-wheel steering, active anti-roll suspension, 6 ISOFIX points, 5-star Euro NCAP. Lots of safety kit. The Q7 scores the absolute maximum 5 stars at Euro NCAP crash testing, which will automatically present you with some comfort, though if retested now it wouldn't score so highly due for the lack of normal driver assistance technology. How many ISOFIX child seat mounting points does the Audi Q7 have? The Q7 features 6 ISOFIX mounts, which would be the most we've have you heard of here at, as you'd expect from your brand. Quattro is standard within this SUV, and this means there's a high probability of avoiding any sort of accident before it's even happened, so Audi Q7 safety promises to get impressive. So it proves when scanning the report on standard systems added with every car. Each includes 8 airbags and attention assist, which monitors the trucker's alertness levels and suggests arrest and driving when it believes it's required. On top of that, there's hold assist to help prevent you rolling down a hill when leaving, cruise control, having an adjustable speed limiter, a rear parking system, and both Audi Presence Basic and Audi Presence City. The latter works at speeds approximately 52.8 miles per hour and runs on the camera to observe events approximately 100 meters ahead. Whether or not this expects a collision with another vehicle, object or human, it sends an audible warning into the cabin, then momentarily applies the brakes to jolt the motive force to alert them, and finally will fully apply the brakes to minimize the impact. At speeds under 25 miles per hour it is going to avoid a direct effect entirely. There are 3 different optional safety packages that customers may add to their Q7, comprising city, parking and tour packages. The city package incorporates Audi Side Assist, which uses LEDs inside mirror to warn of vehicles inside blind spot, cross traffic assist, which monitors for other cars passing when you reverse out of the blind parking spot and informs the driving force via a visual then acoustic warning before activating the brakes momentarily to jolt the auto. Exit warning stops you opening your door onto passing traffic unawares as you move. The trailer maneuver assist works at speeds approximately 6.2 miles per hour and automatically reverses everything else you're towing in a desired space or along a trajectory set from the MMI rotary controller, adjusting the steering whilst you operate the brakes and accelerator. Choose the parking package and park assist system is included, that could steer your Q7 into perpendicular and parallel parking spaces, and steer you out with the latter when you should leave. It also includes 360-degree cameras. The tour package includes adaptive cruise control with stop-and-go function that can brake the vehicle to a halt and accelerate around speed again while in traffic. The traffic jam assist, even making small steering inputs for any form of autonomous driving. Collision avoidance assist plus turn assist can be included, MOS adding torque towards the steering inputs to influence around the obstacle, plus the latter monitors vehicles turning across the top of your Q7 and when needs may be slow the vehicle to a halt to stop contact. In the UK, Audi Q7 practicality is bolstered through the standard fit 7-seat option, which in conjunction with ISOFIX mounting points across all passenger chairs allows a motorist to carry as much as 6 children in complete safety and comfort. Of course, the rearmost seats tends to be more suited for children than adults, especially on long journeys, but those of an 6-foot-tall disposition will still physically top fit. It's when soaking in rows of few that you'll enjoy by far the most space though, headroom and shoulder room having increased over previous with generous degrees of legroom to be had to. Sliding the guts bench fore and aft can transform this to tip the balance from the favor of those inside rearmost pair if needs be. The rear row may be electrically lowered from buttons placed from the boot. If customers take advantage on the Audi Connect system and internet-based services, they are able to stay in touch using the World About the Move, along with a mobile Wi-Fi hotspot means passengers can browse the net wherever they are inside world from inside the Q7's luxury confines. Unfortunately, to support the batteries required to the hybrid system, the Audi Q7 e-tron is accessible with 5 seats only. Loading large items to the boot is created easier with a sill that is certainly 48 mm under before. Use all the seats available and boot space suffers accordingly, but dropping your third row means there exists 770 liters of space available. Fold all seats flat into the floor and load the Q7 nearly the roof, and this Awachi impressive number climbs to just 1,955 liters. That makes the Audi Q7 something of the well-trimmed van in carrying capacity terms. The Q7 e-tron simply carries a 650-liter boot and 5 seats due towards the batteries within the floor from the luggage space. The Audi Q7 is really a big car but shouldn't prove too difficult to park, especially should you've gone for just a spec or options that net you an automatic parking system or rear-view camera. As you'd expect because of this sort of car, visibility is excellent due to the high driving position.